and I'm a consultant working with Energypedia. Thank you for joining us for this webinar this afternoon. The presentation will last approximately 40 minutes, and after that there's an opportunity for you to ask any questions that you have. Basically, what I will go through today is what is Energypedia, what is this project that we are working on, our organizational structure, and basically what has been our growth level and our priorities or targets for the future. So let me begin. I'll go through now what Energypedia is all about. So basically, Energypedia is a free wiki-based information platform for collaborative knowledge creation and exchange on issues about renewable energy and energy efficiency, especially in the context of development cooperation. I mentioned that Energypedia is a wiki platform, and what a wiki is a web-based application which allows people to basically to add information, modify it, or delete it in collaboration with others. I think many of you may know Wikipedia, of course, which is the most popular example of a wiki on the web. But like Energypedia, there are many other sites out there that are running many different kinds of wiki software. We use wikis as they can serve many different purposes, including knowledge management, note-taking, community websites, and intranet. On Energypedia, what makes this work unique is that any registered user can create and revise articles on renewable energy technology approaches and project, as well as energy efficiency. Energypedia users, they get free access to features on the platform, such as we have information on different energy portals, we have discussions features, there are internal message boards for users to communicate to each other on the platform, event calendars where information is added by a community of users. We have a monthly newsletter that we are publishing for free that gives an overview of events and results in the energy sector. And also, yeah, basically our aim is to give relevant and high quality clean energy information on the platform. Energypedia is run by the non-profit organization Energypedia, and we are based in Eschborn, Germany. So our history, we were as an organization, or the idea rather of Energypedia was conceived in 2007, where it started as an internal knowledge and project management tool within the multi-donor funded Energizing Development Program, which is implemented by the GIZ. After some initial positive experiences in using the wiki Energypedia for knowledge management and collaborative exchange of ideas, in 2010, it led to the extension and the use of the wiki by all GIZ energy programs. And actually in 2010, we were awarded the GIZ Quality Award. Since 2010, Energypedia has gone through many transformations, including launching the platform www.energypedia.info to the public at large, and we began operating as an independent nonprofit organization in April 2012. As of today, the platform has grown, and currently we include over 1,600 articles, which are contributed by the growing community of more than 3,600 registered users who are made up of energy practitioners, business owners, researchers, academics, students, and other interested stakeholders. So why energy? We focus on the issue of energy. As you all know, in developing countries, a lack of access to energy is keeping billions of people in poverty. It's estimated that at least 1.3 billion people are still without any form of electricity, and over 2 billion people still cook over open fires. That's something like the equivalent of the whole Chinese and Indian populations combined. We believe that energy is an enabler. It can lift people out of poverty and can power opportunities for environmental, social, and also economic development. Furthermore, the reason we've chosen to focus on the issue of energy is first-hand knowledge on renewables, especially in developing countries, only often exists locally, or the information exists in fragments and is thus difficult for individuals to access. So there's a need to facilitate and expand the diffusion of this information on these technologies in developing countries through practical knowledge sharing. At Energypedia, we believe that ensuring access to relevant knowledge and expertise is thus key to empowering stakeholders to take informed decisions on the design and implementation of initiatives that can actually enhance energy access. Particularly in the context of rapidly evolving technologies, information dissemination and also knowledge sharing are important for energy access, as these permit project developers and stakeholders to effectively build on existing experience, lessons learned, and best practices identified. So through the platform, we at Energypedia are dedicated to creating the right environment and providing the right tools for stakeholders that are engaged in the energy sector to create, collaborate, and also share knowledge much more effectively. Our approach is thus to make the knowledge that is out there available. The mission of Energypedia basically is to inform, engage, and empower energy practitioners and advocates around the world to collect and share information under a free license in order to unlock barriers to energy information and access in developing countries. At Energypedia, we aim to activate the creative collaboration and practical knowledge sharing on the open platform in order to maybe spark innovation and opportunities that can actually advance the cause of access to sustainable energy for all. As such, what we are doing, we are working on this goal by leveraging Web 2.0 technologies, which I will go into further later in these slides, in order to actually address knowledge gaps and foster collaborative information exchange by hosting free, relevant, and high-quality information, as well as facilitating partnerships and presenting somewhat user-friendly tools that can enable people to effectively collaborate. Our values are basically the following. We are, as a community, Energypedia, we are made up of thousands of people who actually collectively form a community whose interests and core values shape our vision and guide our work. So we are firstly dedicated to providing free, clean energy information. Our vision, as I read before, requires that the knowledge and expertise that we collect as a community of users and create together be free for everyone to use and to reuse. So our work also depends on free and open formats and technologies. Secondly, we strive to include all energy practitioners and interested stakeholders in our work by making our knowledge resources available and providing the venue for all people to share their clean energy knowledge. We try to prioritize efforts that empower communities in developing countries and that help overcome barriers to participation. We also advocate social authoring, and we work on giving different author groups on Energypedia actually the ability to shape their participation so that their ownership can encourage more contributions on the platform. Furthermore, we are working to providing information, again, that is relevant, that is accurate, and that is verifiable, and to some extent unbiased. Of course, no one is completely free from bias, but in this project, we do believe that collaborative knowledge sharing among a diverse group of contributors is a powerful tool for achieving our stated goals. At Energypedia, we also greatly value diversity in our growing global community, and we try to foster innovation in renewable energy technologies and also in designing knowledge systems so that information is reusable and dynamically updated across a variety of views and needs. Lastly, Energypedia depends on donations and grants to provide the infrastructure for this initiative. In order for us to stay free of influence, we reserve the right to refuse donations that could restrict our operations or steer us away from our priorities and our mission. We do seek financial contributions from a large number of donors in order to avoid over-dependency on any single revenue source. Going into our donors and partners, one of our central objectives is to promote and also to support the exchange of knowledge by providing links among knowledge bases worldwide and fostering collaboration in order to ensure that knowledge gaps are actually successfully filled by organizations who are capable and individuals who are capable. For this reason, we work in close partnership with several organizations, such as the ones listed. We work in close cooperation with the Energizing Development Program, the Renewable Energy and Energy Efficiency Partnership, and for example, Pedagogical University in Mozambique. Actually, recently we have partnered with Leonardo Energy, and we look forward to working together collaboratively and strategically to ensure that this new relationship allows each organization to develop their mission fully. I touched a little bit on our funding structure, and actually Energypedia, we are funded by a grant from the Deutsche Gesellschaft für internationale Zusammenarbeit, that's the GIZ, and this is a 3-year grant that actually allowed us to start operations. But besides that, Energypedia, we have a subsidiary consulting firm that is called Energypedia Consult, which develops IT applications for monitoring and evaluation and knowledge management. And basically, the profits from the subsidiary company also help to keep this initiative going. So, in the next couple of slides, I'm just going to go through briefly the wiki structure and how exactly Energypedia works and how the engine of the wiki structure actually connects people and content. So how Energypedia works. Energypedia actually is a wiki, as I mentioned, and a wiki is part of what is the so-called Web 2.0 technologies. So basically, Web 2.0 refers to websites which use technology beyond just static pages of earlier websites. So a Web 2.0 site can allow a user to interact and collaborate with others in a sort of social media structure as creators of user-generated content in a virtual community. This is in contrast to websites where people are just limited to the passive viewing of content, and examples of Web 2.0 technologies include social networking sites, blogs, video sharing sites, and of course wikis like Energypedia. Energypedia, as I mentioned, we rely on using open source and open formats, and we actually use MediaWiki as our engine. So Semantic MediaWiki is the extension that we use to ease and combine collaborative authoring with semantic technology. What Semantic MediaWiki is basically is just regular or syntactic wikis usually have a structured text and untyped hyperlinks, whereas now when we use the Semantic MediaWiki, we on the other hand, can now provide the ability for users to capture or identify information about the data within pages and also the relationships between pages in a way that can be queried or exported like a database. So Energypedia is a collection of web pages. Information is collected from various contributors worldwide, and this information is connected with links to form a web of information. Single pages actually serve as an overview of pages, or what we call portals, and categories contain articles on a specific topic, also known as tagging. So all this information then forms a body of knowledge on the platform that is published and is free for everyone to use and reuse. Energypedia also connects people. By bringing together stakeholders, we believe that theoretical knowledge can actually benefit from lessons learned by practitioners and vice versa to catalyze innovative, sustainable energy technologies and services. For this reason, the platform also offers features that allow users to start or join thematic discussions, features allowing users to join groups that they are interested in, share events, communicate directly on message boards, share news via our newsletter and our news blog, etc. This content that is on the platform and the community of people actually combine to form a knowledge community for collaboration. And what binds the Energypedia community is basically a common mission to advance the cause of sustainable energy for all. Next, I'm just going to go through a couple of lessons that we've learned in the past 2 years of this project and our growth and our targets for the upcoming year. So, Energypedia currently contains over 16,000 pages. 1,636 of these are actually articles on renewable. The platform also contains over 4,000 uploaded media. Any registered Energypedia user can contribute audio, video, pictures, etc. About 3,621 currently users are registered on the platform, but only as yet 50 of these are active volunteer editors from our worldwide community who are actually continually expanding content on the wiki. These editors contribute on average 2,000 edits a month, and monthly the platform is read by an average of 20,000 readers. The Energypedia team itself is actually comprised of 8 people, and the wiki is free for all to use and to reuse the information. Our reach so far, today Energypedia has reached over 228 distinct countries. As you can see from the map here, most of our active users actually are users and readers are in the global north, and we have a much lower reach in the global south, which includes regions which at the moment have the world's most rapid growth in internet usage. So a key challenge that we are facing at Energypedia actually is for us to expand to these communities and provide them with high quality knowledge resources in languages that they are literate in order for us to continue engaging the growing readership in all parts of the world. At the moment, actually, we are in the initial stages of developing a Spanish Energypedia. That's a major goal for us in the coming year, is to realize a strong and steady growth in readership. It's necessary due to the limited internet access for many of the world's population for us maybe to look into other avenues of creating low-cost, maybe offline versions of Energypedia in a variety of formats that can actually ensure that the information that we have available gets to people who would otherwise have no access to it. Then this is basically an overview of the content that we have on Energypedia. We have portals that are covering information from large hydro to pico PV. Our content is continuously growing and really covers every topic in renewable energy and energy efficiency. In terms of quality, we have clear community guidelines and policies for our users on what information they can add and what they cannot. But basically, we encourage the community itself to take care of the content and curation of the quality of the content. Currently, actually, we are working on, we've just released in cooperation with ESMAP, the Renewable Energy Project Resource Center, and this is basically a platform that's designed for, a portal rather, that's designed for energy professionals to help guide project planning and implementation, as well as to facilitate knowledge exchange across organizations and regions. The Renewable Energy Project Resource Center is a living repository, and its success depends on contributions from the global energy community. So we are constantly striving and asking our community to work on adding content to these many tools that we have existing on the platform. Recently also, we have launched the Powering Agriculture portal, which highlights the nexus between energy and agriculture. We are also looking into launching basic energy services online learning tools. As I mentioned, we're also looking at expanding the information that we have on Energypedia and building a Spanish Energypedia. Actually, on Energypedia at the moment, we do have quite a large number of articles that are written in Spanish, and also a large number of media that is in Spanish. And because of this demand and a certain group of users being committed to expanding this content, we find it necessary to expand and build a Spanish Energypedia for these users. We're also looking in the future to joining linked open data. Basically, as we are growing into an important data hub in our domain, we believe linked open data is a powerful mechanism that we could use to share data and information for efficient reuse. Basically, linked open data is just a method of publishing structured data so that it can be interlinked and more useful. So by linking open the data, we can transform the way that information is connected to facilitate greater knowledge from analysis and presentation. For a platform like Energypedia that provides clean energy information, linked open data for us would be a cost-efficient way to integrate data that is available on other platforms cost-effectively. So in terms of content and quality, although the collection of the content is large on Energypedia, there is much work for us to do in improving these articles, many of which are incomplete and inaccurate. So it's pertinent. Global participation is actually key to the diversity of information and completeness of information on the platform. So we encourage global participation via partnerships with universities, cultural institutions, and other groups who align with our mission. In terms of improving and increasing content, our goals are to increase the number of articles, to ensure information is relevant, accurate, and of high quality, to encourage global participation via partnerships, as I mentioned. Community participation. Sorry, we seem to be having a technical problem and a graph is not showing up here, but I'll basically just go through the content of it. What we have in terms of community participation, the editing community is actually the lifeblood of Energypedia, and this community is critical to our future. Any registered Energypedia user can edit content, and we strive to have a huge and diverse set of contributors. Despite our continued growth in articles and readership on Energypedia, out of over 3,000 registered users, only about, on average, 50 users are actually active editors. Active means that these editors have made at least 5 edits in the last month on the platform. So at the moment, I guess our work is both unique and new, so it's not quite clear to us whether these numbers will prove to be sufficient in future to sustain information on the platform. Also, what we've seen is that large segments of the world's population do not actually edit the Energypedia articles proportionate to maybe their actual real-world population. The majority of our edits or contributions of information come from countries in the global north. So our target here is to build a healthy global community. We want to increase and strengthen the diversity of our editing community on Energypedia. Furthermore, in increasing community participation, we have experienced that people do like to share knowledge, but the human aspects of sharing are a big challenge for them. We've experienced that many editors are reluctant to share their data to the broad public, or maybe feel a loss of control when others are able to edit their work. So for us, we are continuously striving to innovate the technology and provide a structure that allows for consistency and standardization in the capture, organization, and sharing of knowledge. In the last 2 years, we've actually learned that the technology tools that we have are only the vehicle for sharing knowledge and expertise, and the actual difficulty is in getting people to share and use the tools effectively. So for this reason, we are continuously working on designing and improving tools available for users to create, collaborate, and share information more effectively. We need to continue to make technical and social innovations in order to keep pace with changes in how readers are accessing information, so that we can do an even better job of enabling powerful collaborative work. So we invite you to get involved. Energypedia is a young organization, and as we take on new responsibilities, we need your contributions in the form of funding and contributions. We invite you to join us in creating a living platform for knowledge exchange to make sustainable access to energy a reality for all people. The wiki is a continuous work in progress, and the start is always better than none. So get involved in this collaborative knowledge sharing and explore how you can change the world. Thank you for listening to this presentation, and I look forward to answering any questions that you may have.